Hello, this is Pat Tormey, and today we're going to show you how do I Winforms Notify. We'll be using the Notify icon built into Visual Studio 2008 Express Edition, and we'll be developing it on a Vista virtual PC. Alright, let's just go ahead and dive in. First thing you have to understand is it's right here in your toolbox. There it is. And we'll find Notify icon. You can drag it and drop it any place, but it's always going to land right down here in the tray. Now, what you need to know about Notify icon is its purpose is that when the application is running, and therefore it's shrunk into the status bar down here, what you'll see is the Notify icon from the system tray. Now, you can do things with this. It's completely programmable. Let's take a look at a couple things here. First of all, we'll see its properties, and then we'll see its events. So it has its name, a balloon tip. The balloon tip icon, we'll give it an info, and there's my balloon tip text, and I can do the same thing for the title. Now it has a context menu strip, and we'll get into that in just a minute, and it has an icon. I'll browse around and find an icon I'd like to stick in there. And here I'll just put this favorite icon in there just to give us something to take a look at. Okay, and of course it has a tag property and a visible property. Now what can we do with it? Well, let's take a look. First of all, we can put a little text box over here. Go to my toolbar, and I'll put a text box on. And this will just give it something to say when we say notify. Make it a little larger. And of course, what would an application be without a button? So we'll throw a button on there. Hit F4 to get the button properties. And I'll just tell it to notify. Okay, now I go to the click event of that button. And this is where the interesting part begins. To start with, I know I need to talk to it, so I'm going to say me dot notify icon dot. In this case, I'm going to have it show the balloon tip. I'm going to have it take 1,000 milliseconds. And I'll add the particular tip I want. And again, it'll be the info. Now let's see what happens when I run that. I'll save it. Run it. Click the button Notify. And as you see, I get title, text, and the info flag here. And it should run for, well, 1,000 milliseconds. I have noticed a little bit on this machine in particular that it's not that sensitive to whether you put in 1,000 or not. I wouldn't use it as a timer device. Okay, hold that thought. A better thing to be able to do would be to tell it to go over to here and say me.textbox. And now I can get it to say whatever I'd like it to say by just filling in the text box. We'll run it again. Notice there's my icon running for notify icon. I'll say whatever I like. And you see it comes down here is the title, whatever I like. There's more you can do with this, and this is a great way to keep a user informed of an asynchronous process, but suppose you need them to interrupt the process for some reason. Well, we can solve that problem too. Go back into my form design, and this time I'm going to add, from my toolbox, a context menu. Okay, I'll say, I don't know, stop, go, and go faster. Just to give you some sample menu items. Obviously, you'd want to assign some values to those. But at this moment, all I'm going to do here is go back to my Notify icon, go back to his properties, and this is where we get to context menu strip. I only have the one, so I didn't need to name anything clever. Now this is fascinating to me because this means that when the operation is actually minimized, and I'll turn the timer up a little bit so you can see this. My form's running so you can see our icon. I'll type in the quick brown fox, hit the notify button, and now when I come over here I have stop, go, and go faster. But wait, there's more. I'm going to go here, take a look at my properties, and as you can see I have an event here called balloon tip clicked. And just for the sake of the demo, we'll just use a message box. And we'll go back to our form for a second, back to our properties, and here you have an event that the balloon tip has just closed, one that it just showed, and we won't do that at the moment, but just a regular click event on the notify icon, and we'll use that. And save it and run it. Type whatever gibberish we like to type here. Say notify, and I can click on the balloon. Or you can just click on the notify icon itself. Now that combination, with the ability to tell it to stop, go, or go faster, you can do quite a bit asynchronously, offline from your actual form application. Notify your user what's going on, let them interact with the application in a very simple and straightforward way. Anyway, this is Pat Tormey. You've been watching How Do I Winforms Notify using the Notify icon in Visual Studio 2008 VB Express Edition on a Vista machine. Thanks for watching.